Good morning, Vietnam. Good morning, everybody. It's your man, the Truth Serum, coming back at you, pumping the videos out. Go get yourself a coffee or orange juice, water, anything, as long as you come hang out with me. All right? I'll give you a second. You ready? All right. What do we got here? First and foremost, thank you, God and Jesus, that we all got up this morning. Thank you, number one. We have a real big show. Thank you for the numbers. The attitude is gratitude, right? That's what they say. We're growing. We're doing all right. What do we got here? Sometimes I don't even need a cheat sheet, but some days are rougher than others. So I don't know what the hell's going on. Well, something you don't really hear is like you hear about all these types of murders, torture, everything else under the sun, and pit bulls. Now, thank you, folks, for helping me out. I remember early on running around the west side and then up in the falls. A friend of mine had a Doberman. Violent, aggressive. Then on the west side, you started seeing these pit bulls. Like, you never saw a dog that looked like that before. The Puerto Ricans were big on that. These pit bulls. Somehow, I knew Vic. He had one. Marco had one. Chupa Pipi, Crazy Banano. Yeah, and it became like Jordache jeans, designer. But they were very aggressive. And the first time, I hope I didn't swear because Banano's name, I don't know, it might have meant something, so forgive me. But the guy, Banano, he would watch us play basketball. He'd have this pit bull on a short leather leash, and we were playing, and all of a sudden we hear him screaming and hollering. The pit bull locked onto his wrist, and I reckon that they lockjaw, but they lock, and so we stopped playing the game, and the fire department actually had to come. Somebody across the street called the police or 911 or whatever, but I never realized how just vicious a dog could be. You grow up, you see dogs barking, blah, 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 blah. But so it kind of been the trend, or just in the know, that there's these types of vicious dogs out there. And so I guess when it's torture and types of violence that you want to do to somebody, maybe somebody was sitting at the club or somewhere and said, that no good, rotten, blah, 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 this or that. And, it's like, you know what? Instead of giving him a beating, let's just starve 3 pit bulls, starve them for 2 days, 3 days, and then put this scumbag in the room, and whether they were just gonna have him get bit and stuff or and things like that, but or the ultimate death. But these Colombos, that good old Mike Francis family, who thought up these things? Who thought them up? My godfather, who did work for them, he used to say sometimes they would he'd be he didn't smooze with them all the he didn't smooze and he just was a lone ranger. He knew everybody, but he didn't smooze. But they might have a special request or something to try to do some extreme torture. Now, I don't know. I mean, some assassins have some scruples, I mean, but if the price is right, that it could pique your interest. I mean, money. So yeah, that's so they had a guy that he did something with a minor, somebody's young female minor, and one to the temple ain't good enough. No, then it's the sadistic treachery, and if there's somebody, the contractor that hires the killer, he wants to watch. He wants to watch. And then while it's going, kick or do whatever. I mean, what would you do? What would you do? I mean, in that situation, just they had these dogs, and nobody ever thought to use them as torture and things like that. But I remember when I was at the club. Now I don't call shots. I deliver bread and milk and things like that. But I remember something when just talking about conversation, and I was like, geez, on that west side, them Puerto Ricans with those pit bulls. Holy cow, I saw one latch onto a guy, locked off, and they're all like, tell us, what about the, I don't know, there's violent dogs. They had that other type of dog, Maston something, I don't know. Maston dog or something. But David BMX, my man. And what did these aren't even the notes for that, but there was something I wanted to elaborate on. It's too early in the morning, but it's I don't even know. Oh, if say like my godfather is in a conversation and they want him to do something, and he's thinking he really wants to know. Now, he didn't like to go to like a sit down, like these guys with these sit downs. Mike Francis is the sit down with John, the sit down, But my godfather wasn't into being in rooms at places, probably bugged and everything else. Just bam, 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 the approval. Yeah, see you at the deli. We could be ordering a sub side by side. But yeah, okay, yeah, boom, yeah. Not this sit down. Oh yeah, we got to do that mob talk soap opera. Of course, there were many. I mean, these YouTube channel guys, Mike, they all just sit down. Sit down is the key word to attract viewers and all that. Yeah, it works and everything, but that's just theater. That's theater. Of course, there was formal things that went on. Of course, of course. But these bums on YouTube, they try to, yeah, we sit down. They had to sit down with the mailman. Yeah, you're late this morning. But they were trying to pull a lot of crazy type of torture jobs, and these pit bulls. Now, I went to a card game. I went to a card game, and there was a they had a pit bull back there, and they had to get it out of there. It just kept barking and barking and barking, just vicious, crazy. They will eat meat and they will eat human flesh. A pit bull will eat a human, and they have, they have also. And some of these guys were sadistic and they wanted to watch. They used to do things that also humiliation. Humiliation that they would also use and do certain things. Get a crew of get a gang of 4 or 5 guys that owe some small money, 500, 800, some degenerate gamblers or something, and then say, yeah, we're going to go out here and we're going to do this or that. Sir Drums, good morning, buddy. Thank you, sir. Rise and shine. Rise and shine. Thank you. I appreciate that, sir. I appreciate that. And yeah, so they used to do humiliation, and even Mike F from the Steel Brokerage Gambling Ring, I knew he was a little wacky and everything, but he had me go out one time, and he said, "Oh, come on," because he was, I don't know what the heck, he didn't seem right, he didn't look right. I didn't know what he took or something, but so drive out here, and it was an old gas station, and you know how they have those bays, like that they do an oil change, and you get down into the. Let's put the microphone down. What am I doing here? So they get down and they they can change the oil. The car drives over, and then the mechanic could stand down there in the hole. Well, a guy had a non-operable one, and they would get five guys, 6 guys, 3 on each side, and they're all drinking gallons of water. You know where I'm going with this. And he was giving me all this water. We were driving there, and he's going, here. I says, what is going on? No. So I'm saying, nah. I mean, I was submissive to things, but I was a little more, get the F out of here with your water, because he didn't. I didn't fear him. And we get there. I see this motley crew of people, degenerates, and they're talking about sports and how they blew this game and all their bad beats and blah, 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 bull crap and all this. And here comes this other guy in another car, and he's like, no, that's, he thinks he's going to get smashed. He thinks he's driving out into the country, and he's thinking he's going to get smashed. And I'm outside. I'm just thinking, whatever they're gonna do. And they did this many times too. And this Mike that was in the office with the he was a perved whatever. I don't know. He had a beautiful girlfriend, but he had some whacked out behaviors, I guess. And this guy, I actually had saw this guy at the racetrack once. I saw him, and he's like, "Oh, you're," blah, 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 blah. And he doesn't even know what to think. So, long story short, they're urinating on them, 3 and 3. It's like, who would do that? Like, who would do that? Who would wait? We went from pit bulls to guys getting urinated on. What's going on here? You get it all here, folks. Thank you, Sir Drums. Thank you. And BMX. But some torture and humiliation. It was, yeah. I guess this is rated R. This isn't PG friendly, this one. Forgive me, God. Forgive me, God. But they also, like for a rat, they get a hold of a rat, a human rat, and then now, forgive me, folks. There's perverts, there's sexual perverts that used to do things with their butt and like gerbils and tubes and whatever. I don't know. Please forgive me, but it must have been the framework for, someone must have said, "Oh, geez, they do this thing with the. What if we got a rat? What if we got a rat and did this thing to a human rat? What if we got a animal rat and did this to the human rat? Who goes out and gets a rat? How do you trap? How do you obtain a rat? Yeah. Oh, Tony, listen. Yeah, we're gonna do this thing Sunday. Go find me a rat. A rat like a good sized rat. What's the dialogue? What is this? What's the dialogue? And they did that for murder. They did that for murder because a rat in the behind will eat. It will eat its way, whatever. And then they plug, the plug, boom. Forgive me. So this Colombo family, and my godfather told me a lot of stuff that they told him to enforce. And he was like, nah, man, get away from me. No, no part of that. No part of that. And he would get a guy maybe and bring him to a room, and then they would do those pit bulls. They would starve those pit bulls for 2 or 3 days, and if a guy owed a ton of money, they would scare him and let him get bit. The dog could break your wrist and bite you, and then they will obey. Most of them will obey their master, but they will turn on their masters too. They more or less will, and then the guy, will pay. And another thing is, for as much as these degenerate gamblers that know the rules and stuff, they would still some of them could have the money and still refuse to pay and buy time, and then ask if they could play more games on Sunday and maybe they could get their bill down. And they used to play these games, back and forth chess game, and just let me can I bet like 3,000 this Sunday, and then we'll see what happens, or whatever. And each individual gambler is different, and the people know who's capable of what, who's capable of what. Forgive me, folks. I live in the twilight zone. I can't even hit the red arrow. This shitbox phone. Forgive me, God. So they knew who, more or less, what the capabilities were of these gamblers. Well, Pete, He's okay. He's got a big marker, but he's got some hustles going on. He comes up with it. But some guys, they try to play this little game, and then they'll get tortured or violence, or they get scared. Hang them out of the window, or have a bridge, or different types of things. However creative your mind is, and my godfather had a very creative mind. God forgive me. But when it came to certain things, and humiliation came into play, man, it's they fed a guy to a lion. A guy had a lion somewhere. Legend has it. They fed a guy to a lion. Not good, like in the zoo. I don't know how he obtained it or what it was, but he had it in a basement, and that's what I heard. During that era. Oh, that ain't nothing, JoJo. Yeah, down in freaking Bensonhurst, they fed a guy to a lion. Oh, what do you hear? Got a lion down there eating steak? How's that happen? But the humiliation, and when it comes to somebody's wife or daughter, we're not even going to get, maybe we will. Thank you, Sir Drums. Sir Drums wasn't here, I wouldn't tell the story. I love y'all, but my man donates and he helps me out. But I appreciate your views and everything else. But money talks, bullshit walks. I'm sorry. I love everybody, but I gotta eat too, mofos. They would torture. There was a clam bake, a banquet, some kind of gathering, Sweet 16, or just these guys like to have clam bakes and picnics and enjoy and rock and roll and food and like anybody else. And my godfather was going back and forth from Brooklyn to Western New York. I think he knew some people in the Rochester mob too, but whatever. But they all have big families, and he was telling me these guys, some scum was giving the girl the liquor, liquor or something, on the sly somewhere. He's trying to get a touchy-feely behind the freaking tent, outdoor gathering. And it's like, who would do that? Who would do that? Who would, what? You know the ramifications. See, we can't figure out the psychology of any human being and what their motives are when such said consequences and penalties. We just can't, well, why would somebody do that? Well, it's human nature. I don't know. We're just and see, when I used to go and the boss was there, I would float around and alcohol is flowing, and sometimes the wives or sisters, whoever they are, they would get a little too friendly with me. I wasn't a whore master. I didn't go try, and so I learned real quick, chill out unless somebody comes and engages me, a guy, Jojo. But a lot of times it was through Sam. I'd have to be introduced through him. This is my boy Jojo. This is and have to be like that. Whereas I couldn't just go out on the lawn or whatever, or other places and just mingle. Like I don't have that privilege. So some of these women, and I was younger, better looking, and look better than this, but I would have to sit next to him and then somebody, but they would come over and be friendly and no, I'm gonna be right here. Thanks, but no thanks. And there's a couple other stories about that crazy stuff too. Let's get back to the story. So this scumbag, now in defense to people are trying to raise their children and daughters and things like that, and then good parents and bad parents could come from anywhere, but it seemed like a lot of these younger girls were spoiled sometimes. And I told you what happened. Well, there's another story at the club when they came in when the cat's away, the mice will play, and they were doing all this crazy stuff, younger and stuff. But some of them had this attitude, this carefree attitude of, well, my dad's this or that, and I'm, and they used to get a little carried away. And like Paris Hilton and them all wild out. And the girl found him or he found her or whatever, and he's getting tidied up and there whatever happened, and he got busted doing whatever, which was no good, touching or whatever. And so they got a special, if the guy is this guy's ranking or power or stuff like that, it might come into play or it might not. And if somebody else was around there and saw it, they'd say, what did you see? Like a neutral person, what did you see? Oh yeah, he was grabbing her and this or that, or she's lying or stuff like that. So you got to just figure out, just like an investigation of what's going on here. But he was guilty as charged, because I reckon some other people saw whatever. I mean, and there's a house with 1 million windows, and you could have a perch and check everybody out. I would think sometimes people were just watching. I was, just looking and observing. I don't know. You get a little paranoid too. And my godfather got summoned, and they got special treatment for that, if not to be murdered. And his tool was a blowtorch, and a blowtorch to be applied in a certain area. And I don't know how that all worked out. And you can't buy your way out. Oh, Mickey, I'll give you the 15,000. You can't buy your way out. When you paid the job, like I always say, like in the good and the bad and the ugly, like Angel Eyes says, when you're paid to do the job, you're paid to do the job. Nobody can trump that. Well, spare me. Maybe I don't, nothing's 100%, but traditionally speaking, I reckon. So, and for rats, they would do that thing from behind, and these some pervs, man, pervs, and the pit bulls, they came on the scene like Jordache jeans. They came on like Vanderbilt, and that was trending. And those Puerto Ricans, they bred them, and they were into fighting, like the rooster fights, and they would fight pit bulls. They would pay. There was places that they would fight them. They'd pit a pit bull against another pit bull. They would pit them against each other. No pun intended, but. And then they would pay a cover charge, drink their rum, rock and roll, couple of whores, and they used to get down with them. And I used to live over a police officer that was corrupted, and he would go to them because I used to live upstairs. They owned these were prominent Puerto Ricans that owned a lot of properties. They were in business, law enforcement. And he used to say, Joe, come on, you want? I was like, nah, I don't want to go over there, man. No. Well, we won't. There was admission fees. Like, no, we won't charge. Nah, I don't want to go see that. No. I don't want to go see that. And you would see some of these pit bulls would be playing basketball or hanging out or doing something, and you'd see their wounds, their battle wounds, and I don't know how it worked. Do they fight the dog till the dog kills the other dog? I don't know how they gamble on it, or I don't know, but it's crazy. And they used like a death chamber, put a guy in there and a bad actor, and just turn these pit bulls loose. Pit bulls, just turn them loose on a guy. Close the door. However they had it set up. It's creative. It's creative thinking. So yeah, I was thinking about that because the kennel, what is it? The National Kennel Club is doing the dog shows and everything, and I saw that, and I was looking at the dog show is pretty interesting. Different breeds of dogs, and you get it all here on this station. You see in the different classes of the dogs, best in show, best in this, whatever. And I know it's aristocratic and elitist and stuff, but it's very interesting. And I was like, they're not walking any pit bulls. Well, here's Jane with the pit bull, got 3 notches in his belt, and and toting that dog, here, best in class, yeah, best murderer, yeah. I don't know if they had it. They had another breed similar to that. Starts with an M. They had another breed that whatever was similar to that breed. So, it might be the biological name of the dog, like Mastodon de Argery, some fancy name that is from that breed, and if they call it, well, this is the pit bull from that, but they're similar. I don't really know. The AKC show, yeah. AKC show, very interesting. I was thinking, wow, what about the pit bulls? So there you have it. Try to just put a little thank you, Sir Drums, man. I really appreciate, I do. I really appreciate your support. And just as well as everybody else, thank you, David BMX. And the New York Jets 15. I'm on to you. The New York Jets 15. A lot of quarterbacks wore number 15, 2020, 2023. You're that guy. I'm just kidding. Thank you. Thank you, Sir Drums. Thank you, the Bonzo. Thank you, Ray. Thank you, Danny. Thank you, Robert West. Thank you, Sagittarius. And thank you, everybody that supports the Truth Serum. We're rising up. The Mets swept the Yankees. The Yankees just won the other day, just won last night, like 16 to something. The Spankies? What is that, Sir Drums? Are the Mets doing good this year? I don't mean to be personal or anything, Sir Drums, to ask where you're located, but I don't know. Are you continental United States, or are you part of my international following? You're a breeder, Wyatt Earp? I thought you only had gun collections. Now you got a dog collection? Wyatt Earp. The Yankees. Who's the best team in baseball? The Yankees? Are the Mets doing good? Milwaukee's doing good. 5 in a row. There's going to be another sleep. There's going to be a sleeper team that comes up, you know. But as far as speaking about the New York Jets, I think the New York Jets football team is going to have a good year and get in on the proposition bets early and get good odds. Oh, oh, you're from. Oh, all right. In the Bronx Bombers, Brooklyn. Salute to the local man. Nice, nice. Just something about now. I'm a melancholy guy. I remember going down with my buddy, and just when you just enter, I don't know, something different in the air. I was born there in Brooklyn, and it's just something. It's home. I should be there. I should be there. I don't know. I don't know. I like hustle and bustle. Now I just look at a big cornfield, you know, but that's life. That's life, old blue eyes. What else we got, my good people, my good friends? Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, you good people. I appreciate all your support. And uh, what else we got here? What else you got to say, Mr. Drums? Anything else we gotta just just do whatever we want here. Do whatever we want. He might have left. He might have left. Uh I wanted off topic, but my godfather would have to go to maybe a ranking guy, because some of these guys were getting cute. Oh, okay. Up in the Bronx back in the 70s, that is. Yeah. You might be around my age. And Colombo's, everybody could be treacherous just by a family name. There's just treachery everywhere. Who's more violent, this and that. But Colombo's got a reputation of, I think the Colombos, yeah, I'm 60. I think the Colombos, though, outside of getting outside of sit downs and approvals, they had more hitmen freelance, like, or whoever they would hire or petition to do something. But I think they went outside the boundaries of, well, there can't be it's got to all be sanctioned hit, because otherwise, you know, you go do something on your own, and then you're gonna get smashed. But they more or less, you see this gambling, Lufrate, this gambling turns everybody into bad actors and desperate, and they're ratting, or they're breaking the rules, and it seems like a lot of times the common denominator is, there's other types of issues, but these people owe a lot of money, and then they do whacked out stuff. But I would ask my godfather, well, what about, why did this guy get smashed? What was behind this guy getting smashed? What was behind, you know? And he had told me at one point a guy got smashed, maybe not from him, but remember, Jojo, when you broke the rules, and you talked shit to the guy and all that. He says, well, people get whacked over that. And then you did it again 2 weeks later, and he had to straighten it out. He said, yeah, well, there's certain situations, from A to Z, why people get smashed. And that's that. That's that. So I have to qualify. And be a made man to say, hey, Johnny, good bum, blah, blah, blah. Well, I got to qualify to talk smack. What? But there was a lot of pressure and stress, and the old man Sam, he liked me. And some of these guys were jealous over it. Some of the guys were jealous over it. And sometimes I would dress up. I would dress up nice. And they didn't like, I don't know, human behavior. Who knows? You try, you got to be a forensic psychologist to figure out some of this stuff. Why this? Why that? I mean, you got to be forensic psychologist, well versed in Freud, POJ, Skinner, Pavlov. You got to have why? Well, let's just have fun. Let's rock and roll. And why is everybody whacked out? Not good. Go to school, get an education, get a nice job, take care of your family, go take trips, and live good like that. Because that ain't. It's a big. It's just no good. It's obvious. That's no good. There's always a consequence for quick and easy money. It's not easy. It's not easy. Those guys were moving so much money around in that gambling ring. And, sometimes I delivered the milk and bread and you got 4 bullseyes on your back and you're thinking like, oh, this is good. I'll just make some money. No. So go to school. That's all. Go to school, folks. And that's that. I appreciate your support. Thank you, Sir Drums. Always, everybody. Wyatt Earp, the New York Jets 15. I think you're an ex-Jet. The New York Jets 15. Hey, where's James McCarthy? The New York Jets. Where's James McCarthy? I think you guys are buddies. James McCarthy, where you been? I hope you're pretty good. I hope you're good. I hope everything's okay. I haven't seen you. Vegas Pete, you're back. Why you always come in here with 1 minute left, huh? You at the Sahara? You at this shitbox Sahara? No. Oh, well. Not talking about pit bulls, some of the humiliation that the mob did, how they humiliate. Is it just that hard to just stay away, keep it in your pants? I mean, geez, is it that hard? They had strippers and mistresses. It's just that hard. Yeah, let me think. That psychopath's daughter over there. Yeah, somehow she got liquored up. She's 17, and I think she likes me. Yeah, well, what? Yeah, let me entertain that. Yeah, let me entertain that. They deserve to get tortured. Oh, 3-hour difference. Yeah, I did an early show. That's right, Vegas Pete. That's right. I'm gonna take a trailways out there. You got a couch I could stay on? I gotta take a trailways bus. You got a couch I could can you accommodate me, Mr. Pete? I'm kind of on a shoestring budget. Well, thank you for joining me, Mr. Pete, Mr. Vegas. And perverts, humiliation, and thank you, Mr. Pete, Vegas Pete. As far as your creative mind could think, my godfather, I don't know. So sometimes I heard from him and a couple other guys, but his kind of thing was for scaring, hanging people out of windows in the high rises. I mean, he was a linebacker, fullback linebacker. Could have played had a full scholarship, football scholarship. He did a lot of other things, but he liked that. See, they would say, I don't have it, Mickey. I don't have it. I don't have it. No, I don't have the money. I don't have it. And then you got him out there. And then, oh, look, me, I'm stronger than I think. I could hold you out the window with one hand. It's in the bottom drawer. It's in the bottom drawer. Let me up. Let me up. It's in the bottom drawer. It's in the bottom drawer. Some false space, like they could have a false space in the furniture. They hide whatever jewelry or money in false areas. Yeah. Let me in. It's in the bottom drawer. Well, why did you want to go through all that? So you could just keep buying time. I'm not going to get killed. And they just keep buying time and all that. No. You hang a guy out of a window from 17 stories. All of a sudden, he don't have amnesia anymore, and he knows where the money is. So that's cool. Yeah, I'm considering this fall taking a bus, Trailways bus. It's 48 hours. I don't care. I don't care. And just go out and do something. Go out and do something and just recreate and everything. So, hey, gotta live a little too. You gotta live a little. And I appreciate my community, these good people, Vegas Pete, Wyatt Earp, Sir Drums. Thank you, Sir Drums. I appreciate it more than you guys know. Okay. I get bored. I keep doing the videos. It's all fun for me. And we'll just keep going. That's all. The pit bulls, though. And then they would try well, we're gonna shut this down. We're gonna shut this down. We'll shut this down because sorry you came in late, Vegas Pete. So it's been raining all day here, but we've had great weather. And summer is starting. So folks, get out and enjoy if you can afford it. You got resources to go do things and enjoy life. Tomorrow's not guaranteed. I don't want to be morbid, but enjoy now. Enjoy. If you're having problems, you need to talk to somebody. That takes a macho man to say, hey, I've been struggling with some things. So don't, put your pride and stuff aside. Everybody goes through things, and communication is a key. In the beginning, there was the word, and the word became life. All right, folks, it's real. Angels and demons are real too. Been there, done that. And I'm back here to serve and entertain my family here. Thank you, Jesus, that I have another day, and these good people are with me, and we'll be rocking and rolling. I got some other stuff I want to talk about. Some of these guys, I don't mean, a lot of they're dead, but I got to have some content. What the hell? Thank you, Sir Drums. Class act. Class act. There's class acts everywhere, but I'm biased to New York and Brooklyn and Bronx. I'm biased to that. Everybody likes their geographical location, yes. But they're good guys. Good guys. Everybody, you know what I mean. So educated viewer is my best viewer. All right. Well, I hope you get better, Wyatt Earp. Jesus help Wyatt Earp in his open heart surgery, and have the angels come down and bless Wyatt Earp and give him back the strength, because divine power overcomes everything. Simple things. Divine power. You're looking at proof. Exhibit A, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. I'm supposed to be dead and at the least a vegetable. Ta-da! I love you all. Thank you for your donations, your like button, your views, your notification bell, and be the kings and queens of your world. Don't give up. Don't give up. Rise up. Get your thinking on straight. Don't be shy and don't fear. Take a shot. Take a shot before it's too late. So the world is a vampire and wants that blood. No, put up the spiritual armor. Realize your potential as divine energy, divine DNA that runs through your veins. Realize it. Catch up to it. That's all. This is a project experiment starting from zero. Fortitude. That's all. Let's realize our potential because we were born to be kings and queens. All right. Thank you, Wyatt Earp, Sir Drums, Sir Vegas Pete, Sir Drums, David BMX. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Mr. Drums, John Bonham. And we'll be back. Maybe an evening show. Who knows? I can't get enough action. So thank you. The universe bless you. Stay great.